All right, guys, I wonder if we are live. I don't know. Let's go check the YouTube. Yay, we are. I don't know. Zoom had an update. Everything looked different this morning. Threw me for a loop, but it's okay. We got this. Happy October still. This is like week 4 again, or week 4 AB, whatever we want to call it. It is still October for our classes. We're going to look at the calendar a little bit in housekeeping so that you guys can see what I'm talking about. Some of you saw it last week if you watched the video, and if you didn't, that's okay. We'll look at it again. We're also going to look at the November calendar. For those of you who have questions about how the holidays work, we'll look ahead to that. But just really quick in our intro, I want to make sure that everybody knows Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday this week, there are no regular classes. We're still going to have makeups going on Wednesday and Friday, Wednesday in Liberty, Friday in Flatwoods. But there are no makeups going or no regular classes going on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And like I said, we'll look at the calendar. So if you are in a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday class, don't come to class this week, okay? If you're in a Monday class, you're finishing up October today, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and let's look at this. Preschool classes. So Monday classes in Flatwoods are meeting this morning. You guys are finishing up your October lessons, your lines and your Mondrian and your clay bowls and reading the Book of Elmer and making some patchwork art. And then that wraps up all of your October stuff, and you will kick us off in the month of November, which is great because you've been behind all through September and October, right? It's like, oh, everybody except Monday is doing this, but not anymore. Come November, you get to lead us. So Monday people finish up your October today. And then our Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday people, no classes this week. We will start November's curriculum, which is all about ink and pattern and the art of Henry Matisse. We'll start that next week. Right? My multimedia classes, and I just have one slide for multimedia. I gotta drink my coffee. Normally I have a slide for each of the age groups, but I just have one today. Multimedia classes only meet today, Monday. If you're in a Monday class, come to class today. We're going to finish up your clay bowls. We're going to finish up your clay pots. We're going to finish up your planters. We're going to finish up your fish. We're going to send them home with you today. If you are in a Monday multimedia class and you do not take a clay project home, that means that your kiddo has some work to still do on that. You can reach out to me. You can talk to their instructor, but that will mean that they want to sign up for a makeup class so they can get that finished, because next week when they come, we're going to start on our November ink projects, okay? There is no Tuesday or Thursday multimedia classes. So if you're in the Tuesday classes or the Thursday classes, there are no Wednesday and Friday multimedia classes. If you're in Tuesday or Thursday multimedia, don't come to class this week. We do not have it. Doors will be locked. Creative Explorations, no classes this week. That's because there are 5, excuse me, 5 Wednesdays and 5 Fridays, or well, there are 5 Wednesdays in the month of October, and there's not 5 Fridays, but we didn't want to start our month on November 1st. So no class this week. We'll look at a calendar, I promise. But our November stations will start next week. Drawing classes. Again, only Monday classes meet. No classes on Tuesday or Thursday. If you're in a 101 class on Tuesday or Thursday, don't come to class this week because there are none. The doors will be locked. There'll be a sign on the door. Thanks for stopping by. Here's where you find your class schedule. Okay. Don't come to class this week if you go to class Tuesday or Thursday. 101 class on Monday. You guys still come tonight. We're going to get you your last October lesson. You're going to be drawing leaves using colored pencils and from observation. And then we will start November with you guys next week. Same thing for 102. So if you're in 102 classes on Tuesday or Thursday, don't come to class this week. We won't be here. It's the 5th Tuesday and the 5th Thursday of the month. And so we only meet 4 times a month. That gives us an off day. If you come to 102 classes on Monday, definitely come because we want to get you your last October lesson. 102 Advanced Realistic classes are doing a wildcard week where they get to pick something that they've been working on and either rework it or finish it or get more help or get help on something that they've been wanting to learn. So this is a time for them. We feel like in that class especially, we don't finish a lot of drawings because 90 minutes really isn't that much time to work on one drawing. So this gives us a chance to actually go back and finish something if they want. So that is a wildcard week. Our 102 comic and cartoon classes are taking everything they've learned this month in our kind of nature-inspired animals, trees, flowers, illustrations, and putting it all together into one composition. All right, 103 classes. Again, Monday 103 classes, we'll see you tonight. We want to finish up your split portrait or your reflections drawings. If and we can take those home. If you don't finish those, then that means you can sign up for some more studio time and get those wrapped up. If we will start November projects next week, so you want to, you know, finish tonight or make a plan to come in. It doesn't have to be this week. It can be 2 weeks from now to come in and work on that drawing. That's totally fine. If you are in a Tuesday 103 class or a Thursday 103 class, you do not have class this week. You wrapped up all of your stuff last week. All right, this is a short video because, I mean, I'm really only talking to the Monday people. All right, classes, real quick. Tuesday, it should say Thursday. Oh, wait, maybe it says Thursday. I was supposed to say through. Tuesday through Friday this week. No classes. So let's look at a calendar. We looked at this last week, but just kind of as a refresher, right? You got me? Let's explain the key. The purple dots are our preschool classes. And you can see how it looks, right? You've already got your 3 classes in, and that's why the 29th, 30th, and 31st, there are no classes. The orange stars are our multimedia and drawing classes. We got to get 4 classes in a month. You can see, like, for instance, on a Thursday class, you met on the 3rd, the 10th, the 17th, and the 24th, and that's why we can take Halloween off. Okay, so that's how that works in the mathing. Now, let's look at our November calendar, and I just realized as this is going on that I flipped the 2 icons. So hopefully that doesn't get too confusing. In the month of November, we have the first of the winter holidays. Here we go. Are you ready? This is, oh man, I didn't do this very well because I'm here. Hang on, I'm going to turn off my camera. Ready? All right, so can you see all the turkeys on the 20th, the 21st, 22nd, 23rd, and the 24th? That is the week of Thanksgiving. That Wednesday of the 20th, most of the schools are off or an early release. And we have found that putting classes on that day does not go well for us. And obviously, we're not going to have classes on Thanksgiving Day, which is Thursday the 21st. So we don't have classes on that day. So we just go ahead and we don't do classes on Black Friday because we got better things to do. And then Saturday and Sunday were closed because, you know, our team wants days off too. So that whole week, Wednesday through Sunday, the studios will be closed. So here is what the preschool calendar looks like. If you are in a preschool class or you are in a creative explorations class, you guys meet 3 times a month. And it is really easy for us to fit in your classes. So you guys will meet in the first 2 weeks and in the last week. And you get that whole Thanksgiving week off. It's not something we have to worry about. Okay? And we can do that because you only meet 3 times a month, so it makes it super easy. And we'll remind you as you know, as we get closer to November. Let's go back to just that Thanksgiving week, and we'll go ahead and click through it. This is what the multimedia and the drawing classes look like. Now, these guys, you guys, these classes meet 4 times a month. And so we have to get 4 classes in. Please notice that we don't have those classes, drawing or multimedia classes, on Wednesday or Friday. It's just not even scheduled. And so that's why we don't have those icons in there. Nothing is affected in the first 2 weeks. Nothing is affected in the last week. But in that middle week, in Thanksgiving, the only day that is really affected is the 21st, because that's Thanksgiving on a Thursday. So what we do is during that week on the 18th and 19th, we have an open studio for all of our drawing and multimedia students, and it happens on Monday and Tuesday. So it will be all night long on Monday and Tuesday nights. You will tell us when you want to come in. We will not tell you. So if you're typically in a Thursday class in November, say a Thursday 4th and 5th grade multimedia class, if you are in that class in November, you will not come to class on the 21st because that's Thanksgiving Day. You will choose an open studio session on the 18th or the 19th, and you will come in during that time. If you are in a Tuesday class, and let's say you're going out of town and you're leaving Tuesday right after school, you can choose a Monday open studio session. You don't have to do a Tuesday one just because that's your classes, okay? Generally speaking, the Monday is our busiest night, and then it kind of trails off into Tuesday and the later one. So it's just how it works. So I'm going to flip my camera back on. There we go. And talk to you just a little bit about this. Sorry. my watch buzzed and I'll be like, ooh, who's that? It's Miss Laura. She's texting me. All right. So this schedule for drawing and multimedia, on those open studio nights, we usually set up stations. They are relevant to both the curriculum that we are doing and the season. So a lot of like Friendsgiving, Thanksgiving kind of stuff. We plan our multimedia projects in the month of November that it only takes 3 focused class periods to finish. Because we know attendance is going to be really low in this week of Thanksgiving. People go on vacation, they have family coming into town, they got other things going on. Like, we already know that we're going to miss 30 to 40% of you in classes during this week of Thanksgiving. So we plan our projects so that we don't have 30 to 40% of you trying to get makeups in during the holidays when things are already stressed out. Okay. So we're gonna make sure, even if you miss this week, you're gonna take your project home in the 4th week. It'll happen. We will make sure. That's how we plan our curriculum. For those of you who are still in town and you're like, yeah, I paid for art class, I'm going to art class, we've got that open studio time for you, and it will be valuable. It will be fun. It doesn't necessarily hinge on finishing a project. Lesson wise for the drawing kids, we still have drawing invitations, but it isn't quite as, it's fun. It's a fun lesson. It's more station based. And if you miss it, it's fine. You don't have to make it up. Okay. Hopefully that makes sense. We will have drawing and multimedia students together during these open studios. And so it's just a fun atmosphere. In the past, for those of you who've been around long enough, this has traditionally been our Bring a Friend Week. And I only mention that to let you know we are not doing Bring a Friend Week. We have just gotten too big where the class sizes, and not all the classes, but a good amount of them are too big for us to do Bring a Friend. We just can't double in size for safety reasons, for room capacity. We can't double anymore in size. We could do that when we weren't quite as full, but so there is not a Bring a Friend this week. For those of you who have been like wondering, we didn't do it last year either. But anyways, so that is not happening. It is simply an open studio for our regular students. Okay. Details about sign up for those, if you're in a drawing or a multimedia class, details on that will come home in next week's video, because it's technically still October, so I don't have to do it yet. All right. If you have questions about that, you can totally send me a message. Like I said, we'll still talk about it. We'll talk about it in next week's video, but people have been asking. I also want to note, let's look at this calendar again really quick. This is Thanksgiving, right? The 21st right here. And hang on, I'm gonna turn off my camera really quick so you can see behind me. See December 1st over there on Sunday, December 1st, right? So that is when registration links open to the public for the next semester. Now, everybody look at Friday, the 15th. Okay, I point to it, but if I turn it on, then I'm right in front of it. So Friday the 15th is when we will send out links for you guys. So you will get early access to all of the classes you are currently enrolled in. You don't get access to the entire catalog. You don't get to be like, score, I'm going to go sign up for that illustration class that's been full. No, that's not how it works. We want to make sure that the class you're in, you don't lose that spot. And so we will get you the link for the class that you are in, and we will get it to you with plenty of time for the to register before we get it public. And I just want to get it to you before Thanksgiving, because I know things get nutty. It gets earlier and earlier every year, and we'll send out some reminders. We'll send it out in the weekly emails. It'll come to you, like just to you, like it'll say, here's the link. So, and then please don't share that with everybody, because if you have the link, you can sign up, and all you're doing is giving away spots in your class. So don't do that. There will be an option for our there'll be an option to enroll month to month. There'll be an option to enroll by semester. And then just for you guys, it will not be there on the 1st when we open to the public, but just for you guys who are currently enrolled, there will be a payment plan option for Studio Club. So if you're like, I'd really like to pay by semester, but Allison, it's the end of the year and it's 4th quarter and I got holiday expenses and I can't I can't bite off that whole big chunk. We'll have a payment plan for you guys where you basically put down a deposit now, and then we'll run the rest after the holidays. So if that is something that you need, again, we only offer that to currently enrolled students. We do not offer that to new students. Okay. All right. Again, we'll talk more about it in subsequent videos. Oh, wait, I wasn't done. There we go. Just a quick reminder on makeups. So as we get into the holidays, the orchestra concerts, band concerts, the winter sports, right? Whatever, sickness, illness, flu season, all the things, right? Or just like, hey, we needed a night off, Allison, and we could not come to class. I get it. All right. You do not need to justify to me if you miss class. I get it. I get it. Things are crazy, right? So if you miss class for any reason, that's what the makeups are for. I don't need a reason. It doesn't need to be approved by me. You could have just forgot that it was Tuesday. I don't care. We just want you to come in for a makeup because, you know, you paid for it and I want to make sure you get that. So please make sure you take advantage of that. If for some reason our makeup schedule doesn't work with you, you're like, we can't do Wednesday nights, Allison, because it's church night, or it's, you know, it just doesn't work. Then reach out to me and let's figure something else out, right? So we have other opportunities that we can kind of figure out a way to at least get them their lessons or their projects done. Okay. All right. So that is on the website if you need to schedule that. And the same thing with like additional studio time. So if they really struggle with the drawing lesson and they like, I want to come in and work on this a little bit longer, do that. If they just took a little longer to get started brainstorming their multimedia project and getting going on it, and therefore they're behind, they can come in for more time. It's absolutely like, we want to see them. This is their studio. So that's what that's for. The reservation system is just so that we can be adequately staffed and prepared for you. It just makes our night go a little better if we've already know who's coming. There's a lot of artwork back in that closet, and pulling artwork is, it takes a long time to pull all the artwork and the in-progress stuff and all the supplies for all the different classes who might be coming in. And so having that already prepped before kids start arriving just is so much better. So that's why the reservation system is there. It's not because we like want to, you know, control who comes or anything like that. Just let us know your comments. We can be ready for you. And that's it. So that's all I have. Been through all of my notes. Again, just a reminder, if you're in Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday classes this week, don't come to the studio. I'm going to put a sign on the door tomorrow morning and it's going to be like, we're closed. Remember, here's where you find your schedule. So if you have questions about that, reach out to me. Otherwise, I will see everybody. Some of you I'll see today, but the rest of you, I will see you next week for November classes. It was such a good exit, and then I wasn't ready to end it. Okay, we're good now. What do we think? Maybe not. Smooth. Bye, guys.